Hello, I'm Latvian Grandmaster Arturs Neiksans, and today I would like to present you a very unique chess puzzle. Meaning this time you're not gonna solve an actual puzzle over the board, but you can try to compose it yourself. What on earth I'm talking about? It's really simple. Let me name you the 3 rules that you have to follow in order to set up this very unique position. Can you try to do it? Here we go. Rule number 1. You have an empty board, but white has 3 pawns and a king. Sounds pretty simple, right? Let's move on. Black has just a king. White wants to win, but can't. Okay, then you're thinking, wait a second. This is not really difficult, right? Let's make it a bit more difficult. White has the move. So white has the move. White wants to win, but he can't. You're probably thinking, yeah, probably he has the doubled H pawns or A pawns, so you can even have 7 pawns. It's not winning, right? What's the big idea? All right, then let me present you the 5th point. The pawns are not doubled. And this is the catch. So once again, you have to imagine yourself a position where it's an empty board. Now you can have the king and 3 pawns against black, just a sole king. Whatever position you compose, you are going to be the one to move. The pawns cannot be doubled. You want to win, but you cannot. This is a really unique puzzle, and this was once given to solve to the chess legend Vasily Ivanchuk, and he took it about 1 hour to try to solve it. Can you do it faster? I mean, I don't really know, but you can give it a try. But if you are not interested in the spoilers, you can simply pause the video, have a set up the board in front of you, try to figure it out. If not, continue watching the video. So let me show you the board, right? So once again, what might be your thought process? So I imagine the first idea that you're thinking, there's got to be a stalemate. Right, so you're gonna move those pawns, trying not to double, put the king in the stalemate net. But there's one major problem. White is to move. White has to move, and he wants to win. So you'll spend a great deal of time trying to figure out what could be that position where you avoid the stalemate, and you realize after some time, it's simply impossible. Then you continue thinking, and you have another idea. Maybe the black king is going to eat all of those pawns just in time. So how can you do that? So you can toy around with the ideas. You might realize the following pattern. Black has to win one of the pawns in the first move. After a couple of moves, he takes the second pawn. And finally, white is left with a corner pawn. Alright, this part already seems to be pretty legit. Now the question is, how do you compose such kind of a position? And after a lot of thinking, you might come up with the following position. Now here black wants to take on b6. White cannot strengthen the pawn with a4, a5. And also black wants to go after the pawn on d5 with king c5 and king takes on d5, eventually leaving white with an a pawn, which is normally a theoretical draw. And when you imagine this position, it's like, hey, I found it. Not yet. Because white can play king b2, remember white is to move, king b6, king b3. And now if black will play king c5, going after this pawn as intended, then indeed white wins after king a4, king b5, shouldering the black king and not allowing it to get to one of the crucial c7 or c8 squares to secure the draw. So the white pawn simply advances to the queens. Now we go back, and there's one problem with your plan, with black's plan. Black plays king b5, shouldering the white king and giving the opposition. Now after king b5, white still wins because of king a3. Now if black goes after the d pawn, the same idea. White king goes to b5, king b6, king b7, white wins. So if black tries to still build the opposition, white is winning after d6, king b4, king a5, and you see it's exactly the same idea. So as lovely as it gets, unfortunately, black is not drawing this. But you get to this starting position and you feel you're very, very close, right? I mean, this has got to be it, right? I mean, there's one problem, the square on a3. Well, you're probably right. This is where you make a fix, and that's why the right solution and the right position is with the pawn on a3. And this is a very unique position, so white once again has 3 pawns, healthy extra pawns. White is to move. The pawns are not doubled. White wants to win, but simply he cannot do it. So after king b2, king b3, now black plays king b5, and we do not have access to the king a3. And after a4, king c5, the white king cannot go around the black king. And after a5, a6, king c6, the black king is in the square. So I hope you liked it. I solved this puzzle some time ago myself in about 15 minutes, but just because I was given heads up that there is no stalemate. If you can do it earlier than that, it's an amazing achievement. Either way, I hope you like this very unique exception, one of the most interesting puzzles where you have to compose it yourself, knowing some of the rules.